Yeehaw! And welcome back to the Southern Snack, where life is too short to be serious. All right, every year at the end of July, the Cheesecake Factory introduces a new cheesecake flavor. Now, whether that is bound to last for a long time or end up phased out, that's beyond anyone's prediction. Just depends on what they put out there. Last year was cookie dough. You know that's not going away, right? But, who knows? You never know, right? Right. So, this year's is a triple berry cheesecake. It has vanilla cake, cheesecake, and then it's a mix of 3 berries that they don't describe. I would venture to say it's probably, I can definitely see blueberry, and I'm predicting that there's raspberry and strawberry. So at the very least, you gotta have blueberry in there. That's in there. It looks like strawberry has to be in there, and then it's going to be a raspberry or blackberry, which brings that bitter sour kind of tune to wrap it up. It looks like it could be bound to be inconsistent in terms of flavor. You know what it also reminds me of is that berry trifle cake that Crumble just did. They just did a berry trifle cake. Now, no cream cheese or cheesecake involved in that, but it had, mixed berry jam, a vanilla custard pudding, and vanilla cake. So this top here looks very reminiscent of what we had at Crumble not long ago. So very intriguing, very interesting kind of nugget to throw out there before we go ahead and dive into this review. So with that being said, without further ado, I think I usually have a hard time doing these thumbnails for the Cheesecake Factory, and I think I do. Wish they would change their container for this, because it makes it a nightmare, right? We're having a hard time doing an appeasing looking thumbnail. We tried. We have something, right? And you got to look at it. There's a look. And we go to the other side. There's a look. I mean, you see how hard it is to maneuver that? I'm sure other foodies have noted that, right? Probably not, because they're not as particular as me, and I am very detailed as compared to anybody else. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I do not know. All I know is let's try this thing out, right? Let's get a good old bite of this. Let's see what it's all about. Got some mixed berry jam in there. Let's go in. There's got to be like vanilla custard on top here. That is exactly what we had at Crumble, but there's cheesecake involved. That's crazy. That is just crazy. Again, with that cake cup, something wasn't quite magical enough, right? It just wasn't hitting me enough. Like, there are some mixed berry things I've absolutely loved and been like, oh wow. And if you throw back to when I did the blackberry lemon cake, I was like, wow, that's magic. I do think the cheesecake does add an element, a very interesting element. It makes me like this mix of flavors just a touch more. I gave that berry trifle cake cup an 8.5, and I give this a 9. It's very solid. It's decadent, not too rich, not too sweet. Definitely lets the berries have a lot of impact. The berries are very forward in this, but you also get a lot of vanilla flavor, and again, that cheesecake pushes a little bit more. But kind of with this, what I'm wishing, even though that it's a really cool and colorful mix into that cheesecake that the berries have, so you got the berry topping and then you got the mix. I think this could really do better if you have more jam on top. Of course, I love when people park beside me. You have more jam on top, and then you take away that swirl that's in the cheesecake. Let there be more cheesecake. Let it actually be a cheesecake. Have a firmer texture, because it's very, very creamy, very smooth, very soft, very delicate. So I think if it had a little bit more texture, that jam flavor or that berry flavor popped a little bit more. I think this one could be a 10, but I'm going to give it a 9. Very solid. Go try it, especially if you love the berry trifle cup. A lot of people love the berry trifle cup from Crumble. So go make an excuse. Go to Cheesecake Factory. Treat yourself. Take your girl on a date. Take your man on a date. Go with your family. Celebrate your birthday. I don't know what y'all going to do. All I got to say, make an excuse. Go to Cheesecake Factory and get the triple berry cheesecake. And that's all I've got to say. Other than that, I'll see y'all around. Yeah.